Good morning, everyone. This is BizChicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. I'm here with my co-host, Ms. Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva, and Ms. TJ Johnson. TJ online everywhere on the internet. How you doing? All the way from New York City. And I'm Carolina from California Cover Up, and we're the Biz Chicks. Hey, it's Friday, so on Friday, we talk tech in English. Don't be scared. It's going to be okay. All is well, and you'll be able to understand everything we talk about. If not, give us a little line in the chat, and we'll clarify. How you doing, ladies?
No, we're doing good.
Doing okay.
Good. We want to give a shout out to everybody watching on the replay because we found that we do get questions even after the show has aired. So we just say, hey, thank you so much for taking time out to spend time with us. So what's new in tech? Or should I say this week?
This week.
What's going on this week in tech? Are we ready?
The history?
History or
Yes,
Okay.
history.
All right. Okay, this week in tech history brought to you by This Day in Tech History. It's a blog over that you can check out. Marcel Brown puts this blog out, and very diligently, by the way, every day he's got something out. March 1st, 2008, America Online discontinues the Netscape web browser. Netscape was the first commercial web browser largely responsible for helping popularize the internet in the mid-1990s. That does not sound that long ago. Netscape eventually was overtaken by Microsoft's Internet Explorer as Microsoft included it for free with every copy of Windows. However, the computer code for Netscape lives on as the basis of the Mozilla Firefox browser project, which continues to gain popularity to this day. There are only how many main browsers?
Chrome, Firefox, Microsoft Edge, but Edge is not, I don't think it's as big as Firefox and Chrome.
And then Safari comes with on the Mac.
On the Mac, but there's a lot of software and things that don't work with Safari because of their issues.
So Chrome is like the universal that works with a lot of programs and things and people when they are creating applications, aka programs, the stuff you use on the computer, like StreamYard, normally configure it so that it works with Chrome. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's a lot easier. Anyway, Chrome has a few things that work it. The Edge.
I haven't tried that. What?
No. The people, Edge is a PC or Windows based browser. Not very friendly at all. Pop up and ads and stuff. Oh my.
I'm sorry to hear that.
We were on somebody's thing trying to help them and stuff just like ding, 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 ding. And we were like, what is this? Okay.
Wow.
It was not good. The next item, Concorde makes its maiden flight March 2nd, 1969. The Concorde Supersonic Transport SST jet makes its maiden flight. The Concorde is the only second supersonic passenger airliner to have been commercially operated. The Concorde fleet flew until November 26, 2003. Makes its maiden flight March 2nd. I believe that it was. It got you from New York to France or somewhere. What, 6 hours?
I'm trying to turn my phone down.
Yeah, so it was it
Well, I got to keep turning it on. Go ahead.
So that was a interesting flight. situation because before it took a long time to get to
one continent to the other.
Right. So I don't know if it's, haven't gone to England or anywhere recently, so I don't know what the flight time is, but the Concorde made it faster. Pioneer 10 was launched March 2nd, 1972. NASA launches Pioneer 10 spacecraft on a mission to explore the outer planets of the solar system. It will pass near Jupiter and Neptune before leaving the solar system. Okay, why? Okay, I'm going to leave that alone because I'm still not going to Mars.
She is so against space, aren't they?
Not necessarily space, definitely Mars. Just, we were equipped to breathe other places. And then we got to trust the technology to people.
To keep the air coming.
I remember watching, what was that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Something. Oh, the one he went to Mars. Yes, but I forgot the name of it.
Where the memories or something.
Right. It was, he went to Mars. He did go to Mars. I don't remember the name of the movie.
You don't trust it.
No, because the people who were money hungry, they wanted to, if they were cutting off the air for the people, the air supply.
Yes.
And stuff. I was like, see,
what is the name of that movie? I cannot remember it either.
I can't either. I don't even know if I saw it.
They did a remake or an update or something recently.
With Colin, what's his name? Not Colin Firth, but
Colin Farrell.
Somebody remember the movie.
Yeah, somebody remembers. I don't have time to look it up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I could.
Hey, Nazim. Nazim's in here from Italy.
Yeah. Anywho, Jay said he does not like Firefox.
Mm-hmm.
Firefox used to be big, and then Chrome jumped over.
Yeah, Chrome. Mm-hmm. Okay, next story. March 2nd, 1997, during a hearing on Microsoft's alleged antitrust activity, Bill Gates admits Microsoft's contracts bar internet content providers from promoting Netscape's browser. Eventually, Internet Explorer dominates the web browser market as it is shipped for free with every copy of Windows.
I got the name of the movie, Total Recall.
Thank you. I knew it had something to do with memory or something.
Okay, we got
it. So that movie is the reason why I'm not going to Mars.
Alrighty then.
Okay, so with this hearing situation, this is a pattern. When the government don't understand something, they bring people in and sit them down and why are you doing, and they have no clue. They probably didn't even use a web browser back in 97. Okay, Magnavox licensed home video games, March 3rd, 1971. Magnavox gets the exclusive licensing of television video game technology from Sandra's Associates. The first home video game console, the Odyssey, was developed at Sandra's by a team headed by Ralph Baer. I remember the Odyssey game.
I do too.
I don't remember the console and all of that. And Magnavox, I know they made TVs.
They made good TVs too.
Right.
Mm-hmm. They were supposed to be the high-end TV.
Okay, but so it's been a while since 71, and Michael Dell steps down as CEO March 3rd, 2004. He was founder and CEO of Dell Computers and announces that he will step down from his CEO role while retaining his position as chairman of the board. Dell president and COO Kevin Rollins will assume his role on January 31st, 2007, about a year after Dell fell behind Apple in market capitalizations. Rollins will resign and Dell will resume his role as CEO due to the poor performance of the company. Wasn't that like what happened to Apple?
Well, yeah, they got rid of Steve and floundered and then had to bring him back.
And
begged him to come back.
Stepped down and it floundered and he went back. Okay.
Right.
So it seems to me that the people who had the idea to bring it forth in the first place, the other people shouldn't be touching it.
You have people that think they can do better than the founder, so
yeah,
they're wrong.
But they didn't have the idea or the.
You have to. That's why Steve Jobs is not a great person, but as a visionary, he's unparalleled. Same thing for Bill Gates and people like that. That they have a vision of. They see the technology before we even can conceive it in our mind. So that's why they have all. Same thing with Jeff Bezos. He decided to make this system of database and fulfillment, which is what they're in the business of. It started out as books, but he really built a super database, connected it with warehouse, and made a fulfillment system. That's what he did. So those are visionaries that they see the future before we even thought to dream about it. They've already seen it and conceived it. So they're not the greatest people. They're not supposed to be. They're supposed to be people that have the vision to bring the thing we need. So that's how it works. My opinion.
All right. Another story, March 4th, 1977, the first Cray 1 supercomputer is shipped to the Los Alamos National Laboratory in New Mexico. This supercomputer, which cost $19 million, will be used by a sophisticated weapons system. The system is a cylindrical tower, 7 feet tall, 9 feet in diameter, and weighs about 5.5 tons. The machine produced so much heat that it required a built-in Freon-based refrigeration system. It requires its own electrical substation to power it at a cost of $35,000 a month. I will not complain about the cost of my Mac or my computer.
Or your electric bill, right?
No, we're not. I will not complain about my electric bill. The Homebrew Computer Club holds its first meeting. The Homebrew Computer Club holds its first meeting. Many people who played an important part in the early years of personal computing attended meetings of the Homebrew Computer Club. During history, perhaps no meeting was more important than the one that took place almost exactly 1 year after the first. Steve Wozniak brought his design for what eventually will become Apple Computer.
Right.
So the community that you hang around with help you get to where you need to go or keep you from getting there.
And see, back then, those were the nerds that hung. And that's the story with Bill Gates, that he hung out in the garage of his home when he was a college teenager, whatever, tinkering around with a computer.
Right.
Where he is now. Same thing, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. They all were in that homebrew group.
Right. They were peers in the group.
Yeah, they were almost in the same kind of neighborhood where they lived as teenagers, and so there you have it.
Wow.
Be careful who you hang with, or maybe
birds of a feather.
People say, "Tell me your friends, and I'll show you your future."
March 5th, 1995, Yahoo search engine is officially launched on the internet. 13 months later, Yahoo will hold its IPO at a price of $13 per share. Yahoo stock will peak at $475 in 2000 and fall to $8.02 in 2011. Wow.
Yahoo at 13.
That's a revelation right there.
So Yahoo is didn't somebody buy out Yahoo? AOL? Did they buy it?
I think Verizon. Verizon bought them.
Okay, somebody bought them.
I love, like I said, I love Yahoo Finance channel. It's a good channel to watch.
Is it? That's good to know.
And they have Yahoo Sports and some other stuff, so they're not trying to be Google.
Right. They've always been the company with information, and they had the Yahoo and the email. But if you the other financial shows are too much jargon, financial analyst jargon. Yahoo Finance is more talk showy, but they have special, people that know what they're talking about come on. So that's why I like
it. So in other words, it's not convoluted.
It's morning show where you can kind of digest what they're talking about.
I like that. We are definitely against convoluted crap. Okay. We don't. That's one of the big chicks.
We like it simple.
Yeah,
we like it simple. Don't come.
And doable. Zoom stocks went up the roof.
We gotta talk about that.
We're gonna get all over there in a minute. Let me finish my history because I do like history. Michelangelo strikes. March 6, 1992, the Michelangelo virus, so named because it activates on March 6, the birthday of Michelangelo, begins infecting computers. The virus will also make news in 1993. It was one of the earliest viruses to receive widespread media attention and also one of the first to promote widespread hysteria. The irony of the name of the virus was that nothing in the virus's code referenced Michelangelo. It is possible the virus author, who was never identified, did not know March 6th was Michelangelo's birthday. But now that's a segue into a different type of virus that is still causing hysteria.
Okay.
You want to Terry had something. Both the Terry and Terry.
Terry can go first. She can go first.
I'm gonna. What would you say? Touch on these things that came up on Business Insider, and so I'm going to just blow through these things, and hopefully my internet will work. Okay. So they're talking about 10 things you need to know. Facebook has confirmed that a contractor at the Seattle office tested positive for the coronavirus. So an announcement comes a day after Amazon confirmed that one of its employees tested positive. Okay, that's one thing. But IBM has canceled its biggest event of the year over these concerns, and it makes a new rule that employers can't go to any conference with over 1,000 attendees. It followed Google, Cloud, Facebook, and other tech companies in doing so. Etsy has pulled thousands of virus-themed products from its website to prevent people from exploiting the outbreak for profit. E-commerce like Etsy and Amazon have been scrambling to stop opportunistic sellers. There's always somebody who wants to exploit something to mislead customers about their products and jack up prices. But here's something you need to know. Angry Robinhood users say they missed out on making thousands of dollars during the stock trading app's outage. So it says the commission-free trading app, popular among millennials, was offline for almost all of trading Monday and half of Tuesday due to infrastructure issues as the markets made their biggest rally over a decade, because everything dropped because of this concern, and then of course people went back in and started buying up at the low price.
So Microsoft, hold on a minute. So their system crashed in the middle of the biggest opportunity to invest in stock.
Correct.
And okay, that's not good.
That was not cute. And they have over 10 million accounts. They're small accounts, but they
couldn't get in to make a investment on anything. Ooh.
And that was after several days of losses. That was the time to make your gains, but they couldn't get in because it was
the infrastructure was not in place to handle that.
Due to infrastructure issues, as the markets made their biggest rally in over a decade, is what Business Insider said. Microsoft has asked all Seattle and Bay Area employees to work from home until March 25th. And this is what Nazim was talking about.
Yes, because let's go and put Nazim. He said, can we talk about remote working? Subject matter here in Italy due to the latest stuff that has happened in the last 2 weeks. And then he said he was put on remote working along with other colleagues.
Oh, okay.
Staff hysteria. So they didn't come in.
Yeah.
And then he also says the Zoom stocks,
Yeah, which is I'm getting to that next.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, so Microsoft has asked all their Seattle and Bay Area employees to work from home until March the 25th due to the concern about, you know what, the thing that we would go unnamed. The CEO of Zoom says that the outbreak is going to drive more companies to remote work even after it's over. And I believe that because once people get used to not having to fight traffic and companies get used to the fact that people can get their work done without brick and mortar and all of this, I'm sure there'll be a big move. And I can understand why that would up Zoom stock.
Yes.
Yeah. So let me say this. Zoom CEO Eric Yuan says that he expects the outbreak to make remote work, which is already gaining traction, even more popular. I know that the government went to this several years ago because they were concerned about environmental issues. And then in effect, to help with pollution, et cetera, they started, allowing a lot of employees to work from home. Okay, now here's one. The British police scanned 8,600 people's faces in London without their consent, resulting in just one arrest and 7 false positives. London's Met Police announced early this year that it would start rolling out facial recognition in London despite pushback from advocacy groups. So if you are in witness protection, you might want to avoid London, people. Okay.
But here's the thing, I understand that people are upset about it, but there's cameras on every corner.
Okay, especially in London, don't they have a lot of CCTV or something?
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, because I remember that there was an app out like 5 or 6 years ago where you can sit there and just watch people go up and down the street. And I'm thinking,
correct.
Okay, what was that? Okay, see, I'm going nostalgia with the TV stuff. What was that TV program? Person of Interest, Lord.
Yes, Person of Interest.
Oh, yeah, with Taraji P. Henson, yeah.
Yes. So we are on camera everywhere. Step out the house. You're on camera. You're on somebody's.
You speed through the lights. They have a camera that takes a picture of your license plate and send you a speeding ticket.
That's right. So they're clicking all the time, aren't they?
Yeah. So when the people said you got my photo without permission, how were we going to notify millions of people?
I'm just saying.
There's cameras everywhere.
There you go.
I'm speechless because of this ties into privacy when we said years ago, and Mark Zuckerberg said we're not going to be concerned with privacy, and he was right that they're not as concerned because of the convenience factor.
And people got mad, didn't they?
Right, they did, but he was kind of right.
No privacy.
But we don't want to give up all our rights. But it's those things are happening. Facial recognition, thumbprint, all because it makes life easier,
and it makes public more public.
Yes, yes.
And so your privacy went out the window. TJ said this before. When you signed up to put in a raffle to get that car at the mall, privacy went out the window.
At the mall, they had that car in the mall. Win this car. What did you do? What did you do? You filled out a paper card with a pen.
Mm-hmm.
You gave up your information.
You did. Okay, well now. Here's another one. Apple is telling retail store workers to expect a limited supply of replacement iPhones for the next several weeks. Mm-hmm. Employees at Apple's retail stores were warned that replacement phones could be in short supply for weeks, according to Bloomberg. I'm going to end with this. A leaked recording of an Amazon retail executive has shed light on its vision for physical stores and futures of retail. Change in physical retail doesn't happen overnight. It could take years, if not decades. But we got a little sneak peek because someone's phone helped us out. Okay.
Because somebody was look, people do the most. You think they're talking on the phone and they're actually filming you.
Yeah.
Really, seriously.
And you can't stop that.
You need to be conscious of that. Can you imagine having some of the things that you have said in what you thought were in private shared with the other person that y'all was talking about? Stop gossiping, people. And
I said it.
And stop talking out of school at work
about what. So let's talk about it. I said it.
You know, so and see that would be your response. But a lot of people aren't willing to fess up to the things that they thought were private. Pillow talk, a lot of things.
But you said it.
That's is true. Why if you don't want it out there, don't say it.
Gabriella has a comment.
Go ahead, TJ.
Okay. She says people also fly drones and invade privacy every day. A woman in Florida called the police after a drone hovered over her granddaughters at the pool. The response was, "There's nothing we can do." After an audio message with a friend, a product we were discussing showed up in my ads on Instagram. Privacy doesn't exist anymore. Right.
It really doesn't.
And Brenna's with me. Brenna says, "Ooh, I said it. I stand firmly with it." Yes, that's what adults do. And like Fran said, if you don't want the other person to know, don't say it, think it. But if you say it and then you're confronted with it, be an adult, say, "Yes, I said it. This is how I feel, and maybe you need to change some things, and it's done out of love." So, but you have a conversation about it.
Okay, and those conversations, well, we all have different views on these things.
But I'm just saying,
you just should be privy to the fact that there is no such thing as a private conversation anymore.
No.
Okay, because we've all done it. You thought you hung up the phone and still talking?
Yep, all the time.
Hey, we thought we were off the air one day, remember?
Yep, and we were talking, but we weren't saying anything that unjust until we weren't talking negative about somebody. We were just talking, and it just kept going. I was like, "Oops, well, we didn't say anything bad." So it's kind of like, it happens. It happens.
So if you get in the habit of filtering your mouth or conversation
or your mind,
well, then there won't be the oops moment.
So here's a comment by Linda. Hi, Linda. She says, "Same with video cameras outside of homes, recording everything around and surrounding." Now, I want to talk about that because I brought it up because there in New York, there has been so many crimes that have been solved, or children abducted, or something happened to children because the police go around and triangulate the cameras on the outside of businesses and homes. And they found children. They found, some. Unfortunately, a child was killed in. I forgot where it was, but they couldn't find. He was coming from school, and they couldn't find out what happened. Well, they went and looked at all the cameras in like a 360 area where he disappeared, and they found the video of what happened because people have cameras on the outside of their home. So
mine's on the outside of my gate.
Right. So those kind of things. And also, unfortunately, with the young man in the Bronx here with the machete that was killed with a machete, they had cameras in the store outside and everything. And they found all of those guys that did the thing to him. And they're all in jail now. So the cameras, they have a purpose.
They help.
They have a purpose.
Just be camera ready. That's all. And we're talking about being camera ready when you're dressed, but we're also talking about being camera ready, knowing that somebody is filming you. Just be ready for that.
Without those cameras, they wouldn't have found. It was a bunch of men. It was like 8 or 9, 10 men that they arrested because of the attack on the young kid. He was 15.
Right.
So if the cameras weren't around, they wouldn't have been able to find them.
It levels the playing field. A preacher's kid says, as soon as plans are put in place to shift the economy for the U.S., distribution plans should have shifted too.
Okay, let's talk about that because I see we and Terry and I talk about it all the time. The government is way behind on things. This virus is forced, and like Nazim said, he's telecommunicating is the big story on the news, and Yahoo telecommunicating. Zoom has software, Microsoft has software, Google, everything to allow businesses on certain levels to have conference meetings without person to person, face to face, and that is going to rise. There's going to be a change in the workforce. A lot of businesses are resistant because they have to have a person in place to administer and monitor that. They have to have an IT person to work with people at home. It's a separate issue from what they do in the office. I know somebody that does that they have people on Fridays, they remote in and he has to take, check the systems and all of that. So you have to have that in place. You also have to have a plan for how to measure the quality of the work from the employee to make sure that they're there doing the work because they're at home. So there's all of those things in the back of a business owner mind or the corporation that we got to make sure the employee is working. We have to have a system in place. We have to have policies. But once they figure all that out, I think it's going to be like, what was the article that said that it's going to be more and more from here on out. We won't go back to some companies won't go back because the savings to the environment, transportation, community,
and stress for the employee.
Yeah,
all of that whole commute thing. And so now my daughter's company is setting this up. She got an email the other day saying, we need you to come in because we want to assign people VPNs.
Right. Yeah, have a VPN, a laptop, or IPs and stuff like that.
Exactly. And set up some protocols. And we're trying to assess, how, like you said, how to evaluate work. But I'm saying in some cases, people will be a lot more productive because they won't have that person who comes and stands at your desk and talks for 2 hours while you're doing this.
Right.
And they're just still talking. You're saying,
I got to work. I got to work.
You're still talking.
I gotta work. I gotta work.
And I mean, what is it that you don't understand? That I can't talk right now. I'm working. I mean, you can't get any clearer than that. So I think production may actually go up.
Because it's a perception that some businesses think that their employees are gonna slack off if they're at home lounging in their pajamas watching TV. Let me tell you, you can't watch TV and do work. You can't slack off at home and do work. It won't get done because you're slacking off watching TV. So they have to put some kind of protocols in place.
Yeah, it will show up. You'll be able to tell. And then only that, you can tell how many keystrokes people. I mean, it's not like technology is so advanced now.
Right. And there's a new person here. We want to say hi to Linda. She's got a comment.
Linda.
This is my first time on your live, and I love the conversation interaction. Thank you, Linda. Learned a lot in the short time I've been on this morning. Great job, Tech Divas. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. We're here to help, Linda. You're new to us. This is what we do every day during the week, Monday through Friday at the same time. Fridays is, tech week, tech wrap up and social media, and everything. So welcome. I just wanted to point out her comment.
So, and this right here is a no-brainer. Working from home. Those who are solopreneurs, we do it every day.
Yeah, we've been doing it.
And then, but Jay has a comment. He says retail stores can't do this.
Right. But guess what's coming with retail? And we talked about this. I think I talked about Sears, and you see what happened to Sears and Toys R Us, JCPenney. Malls are closing. Those kind of foot traffic areas are unfortunately closing, and because of Amazon. So they've got the fulfillment distribution online. So it's going to come through them. So we won't need to go to the mall to go get things. Things will come to us. And that's because of technology. So yes, unfortunately, things like retail cashier jobs and things like that are going to be reduced. Amazon just opened a store, was it last week? They opened the store where you go in and you just pick up stuff and leave. Because when you walk in, they scan your account, your Prime account, or they know that it's your Prime account, right? And they come in and you just get a basket and you pick it up and leave.
Brian has a question. He said, will businesses require employees to have business speed connections?
That's another thing. Thank you, a preacher's kid, for bringing that up. That's another thing. The employee at home has to have adequate speed with their internet. So that's another cost. Is the business going to pick that cost up? Or
I think the business should pick it up. And if it's on VPN and maybe the employee does not use it for Netflix or something else.
It's dedicated.
It's dedicated.
But there's the cost of that. A lot of people, unfortunately, do not have internet in their homes, which I think a recommendation, honestly, everyone should have some kind of level, a lower level, as small plan as you can, but everyone should have some internet in your home, because that is how things are going to happen. Shopping on Amazon, getting information, watching Netflix, entertainment, all those things are coming into your home. So we used to have to go to the movies to watch a movie. We don't have to do that anymore. Things are coming to us. You had to get fresh vegetables. You had to go to the grocery store. You don't have to do that anymore. There's Fresh Direct, there's Amazon, there's others that, and Fran mentioned one that was something farmers market in California a while back. Remember you tried it out?
Farm Fresh to You.
Yeah. So
and they will bring, I'm talking, go to the local farmers around here and bring you a box of groceries, bring you a box of fresh produce to your doorstep.
Yeah. So things are coming to us. Why? Because technology, and when 5G hits, it's going to be even better. But technology brings things to us, information to us. We don't buy newspapers anymore. You look at your phone. Apple gives you the news. Twitter gives you the news. New York, every major newspaper has a website where you can go and sign up. Everything comes to us now. And unfortunately, a lot of people aren't seeing that happening, and they're holding on to, it's like coal, like the coal job. Coal is, you got to let that go.
It's not clean, people. It's not clean.
You have to look into the future, and it scares a lot of people. I know that, but you have to think about and be prepared. Just like they're saying with what's going on now, you have to be prepared. We don't know what's coming, but you have to prepare yourself. Jay has a comment.
Go ahead and
bring it up. Retail store will be losing jobs that people is doing. What are they going to do? Just like I said,
you better know how to pivot.
Listen, I think that the internet is going to create jobs also. I mean, we don't want to talk to a bot. There's going to be call centers. I want somebody, if the dress comes and it doesn't fit, I want to talk to somebody about that sometimes. I don't want to always just stick it in the bag and send it back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
See, that's a part of technology and internet improving our lives. It will look scary at first, but people that are doing, if you're doing something manual, you have to flip it and think, how would I do that virtually? So like Terry just said, we want to buy things online, but we want the convenience of human factor. So they're going to have to put that in. That might be something they can do. Also, like Terry said, good point. You can start a business right now. Easy. All the cost you need is web hosting. That's it. And buying a domain. You're off to the races. The rest is up to you thinking about what is the industries that are available where opportunities. What can I fix on that I can do online for somebody, fix somebody's problem? What service can I provide that's going to give someone the solution to mental health is a big thing now. How can you do that online? It's up to you to think about creatively, how do I make that happen for me? And the barrier is a domain and web hosting. That's it.
Right.
It's the only cost you need. So start thinking about it.
They're in, like with T-Mobile, when I have a challenge, I never get a bot. I always get a person. They made a commitment that you're not going to talk to a bot.
You know what I mean? There's nothing more frustrating.
Let me tell you something about chatbots. There's been a lot of talk, and I was a part of it saying, well, I was really hesitant about it. The chatbots are going, the wave of marketing. Facebook chatbots are going to take over. Get on chatbots now. I didn't see that happening because there's the entry to learning how to do a bot, even though you can go
Wasn't that terrible?
Whatever, you can go with ManyChat or whatever. There's still a programming language mindset. If this, then that. You have to have a program mindset to work the chatbots. Plus, Facebook is now doubling back, not doubling down, but getting back off of chatbots. They're walking it back. They removed the tab in Facebook Messenger. It happened this week or last. They removed the chatbot tab or something that was in Messenger about chatbots. They removed it. So that was my signal. Like, Facebook is backing off for chatbots, but there are other people, gurus, that are talking about, oh, you don't need email marketing. Set up a chatbot. Don't do it. Email marketing is here to stay. Why? Because we still use email.
Right.
Chatbots are, if they don't set it up properly, it's frustrating. And you want to talk to a real person. You don't want to talk to the bot and you're asking it for information or help, and it's giving you something programmed, a programmed voice. See? So a lot of people don't know how to set it up properly. It's very involved.
And it's very impersonal because you're asking it a specific question and they cannot.
You need a person for that.
Right.
Now, I'm talking about the chatbot and Facebook. I'm not talking about what Google is doing something totally different, which is AI.
Right.
Chatbots and AI, not the same. Chatbots and Facebook, that's just programming language that if a person says X, the answer is Y. Like set up answers. That's it. But people don't want that because, like Terry said, they want the human factor.
We want to talk to somebody now. Right. Mark has some comments over here.
Mark. Mark said, "This is what I really valued about what Andrew Yang brought into the national conversation. We need to be innovating in a way that also takes into consideration the livelihood of our people. It's going to be a problem.
It will.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely right. It's absolutely right.
Brenda says, it's so true. Let's see if we can show her. So true. It's sad, but people are also doing more trade. Also, people are working from home because there's so many opportunities to start a business, just like Terry said.
It is.
Okay. And then, but Jay says this. Hold on. Yeah. I think they should do where you can see the people you're talking to. He's talking about in the
video chat with your
with the bot. He says he wants to talk. Yeah, your customer service. He wants to see them so that he can see that eye roll when you ask the question, like, "Oh God, not this question."
And then Jay's comment about the bot. The bot doesn't always know what you want, right? Because a bot is just programming language. It's just set up like a flow chart. If they say this, you go into this thread. If they say this, you go. So someone has to write all of the scenarios of if the customer asks me this, what is the answer? And a lot of people can't do that. And I'm sorry, things like ManyChat and stuff like that, they say, oh, it's easy to set up. It's easy to set up, but you have to think about each scenario where your customer may say or ask, and then you gotta jump in.
That doesn't even work when you're trying to call UPS, FedEx, or whatever. I'm asking specific questions that have nothing to do with them options you gave me. Right. My question is in between them options, and I'm like, okay, I need a live human being, to help me maneuver through this.
And especially for marketing, people are jumping on the chatbots. You can just it's the wave of the future. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not. Email, please. Email marketing.
Because people don't want to do business with businesses that they can't interact with. Yeah, it's just like, okay, I'm stuck with this because I can't navigate this system to talk to anybody.
Right. And you know what irks me with a website where there is no phone number at all, and I got to put in a ticket, and then I might hear back from you 2 days later.
And Preacher's Kid has another comment.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. He says public schools are also another sector that lags behind the tech innovation curve. You are hitting it. That is right. That is right.
Technology should be helping us move everything forward. It should enhance your life.
Mm-hmm.
And it can.
It can.
It really can. You're going to have to improve some stuff.
Mm-hmm. And there are organizations that can help public school kids with this whole thing. I mean, the Boys and Girls Club is all about coding. The Girl Scouts are learning to code. Have you seen the Girl Scout app to try to get some Girl Scout cookies? Girl, it is. You can put in your zip code and find out what time, what corner they're gonna be at. Okay, they are not.
See, that's it, because people want the cookies, but a lot of people don't know a Girl Scout, but they want the cookies.
But because there's an app for that,
you can
go find out where the Girl Scout could be.
My daughter pulled out the app.
I need those Thin Mints. We give me a Girl Scout. Whoop, they come right to. Yeah, you want the cookies? And
we're going to be at this location for these hours. I was like,
it makes a lot of sense. Mark has a big comment.
Go ahead.
I spent over an hour on the phone with MetLife trying to find a person to speak to. Even with the name of the department on the return envelope, there was no way to talk to someone who could help. No email, no fax, no phone number for contact, only snail mail. I am very good at finding the holes in the phone trees, but to no avail. I was furious. See, that's, again, you're frustrating your customer by not providing customer service.
Now, Jay was saying, what are people going to do? And TJ, you mentioned this in your social listening. If Jay is social listening, he could come up with a way to solve Mark's problem for MetLife, where Mark can talk to a human.
Yes, and see, this is the deal. With chatbots have their place, and I'm not talking about the Facebook one within Messenger, but chatbots is another type of programming language where it can get really complicated on the other end. So if you can create systems where if you're asking for like UPS, you need a tracking number, the bot can take that information. What's your address? The bot can take that information and then they hand it off to a live human who calls you and say, good morning, Miss Fran. I understand you're having a problem with your package. I have your tracking information. I have all your information, and here's where your package is, or something like that. But the bot takes all of that rote information, that's address, billing address, tracking number, your order number, all of that stuff.
The bot does the intake.
Right. And then hands it off to a live person.
The customer service unit.
Right.
Yeah.
If you want to talk to a live person. And I'll give you a real life example of one of my branches over here for my bank. They put in new fancy ATM machines so you didn't have to go to the teller. But people were coming in and getting in line. And some of these, I will say they're older. In line, the young ones was going up to the machine, boop, 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 and doing everything. It was some kind of new ATM machine. I forgot what it was, but the older people were getting in the line. So one of the bank employees was like, "Oh, you can come over here." And they were like, they didn't want to use it because they didn't know how to use it. They want to hand their money to a real person and want to talk to a real person. So that's one of the real life examples of the technology is there. The younger people are using it, but the older ones, rightly so, is like, I want to hand my money to another woman and see it.
The other thing is when you are dealing with a customer like that, usually the people who go inside have more money than the people standing outside.
See, this was inside. They had some outside ATMs and they had
talk about
inside.
Old people, but old people got money. Okay?
Yeah, but the inside machines were, I forgot what it is. It was set up differently from the ones outside, but they had to have an employee. Then this line is growing because people want to hand the machines is right there.
Another thing, sometimes people reach a certain plateau. They don't want to learn anything new. That's why they retired.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on cruise control. I just want to come in here, get my little receipt, and leave.
Mark says, "Oh my God, there's nothing more frustrating than when you are forced to give phone number, etc., to the bot, and then it connects you to the agent to ask you." Yes, see, that's right. You're right. You're right, Mark. Now that's what I'm talking about. Don't unless it's to. Let me confirm. Don't go. What's your name? What I just gave that to the bot. Now you can say to confirm, and read the information back, and then go into the problem solving.
But don't make me repeat all of that.
I just gave it to you. I did that the other day with some company. I did a live chat, and they were like, "Oh," I was like, "I put all that into the form when I entered into the chat."
Okay, I'm gonna get back to that one. Jay said someone can work from home and answer the customer questions through Skype or Zoom.
Right.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, Apple support people are doing that.
Yes, they are. And they do that.
I don't know if you can see them. Can you see them?
No, you can't.
But they do stay on the line, and they are real people.
Right. Yeah. But the support people, they are working from home.
Right.
They're not.
And I can understand them. A lot of times when you get these overseas conversations.
Yes, you can't. Yes.
They are just like the bot. They cannot go off script.
No.
They will not go off script.
They can't.
And you're saying, look, I've unplugged it, I've replugged it, please don't send me back through that. Okay. So now and now you want to move on. But they want to go right back to the script and make you plug and unplug.
But that's their job. They cannot deviate from. But in that instance, you have to ask for a higher level supervisor, a manager, someone who can circumvent all that. Because we've done that lots of times. Like, let me talk to your supervisor or a manager who can give me what I want.
Yeah, and they think we're so rude. It's like, you know what? And I've told them, you know what? I'm not being rude. I just need to talk to someone else.
Because that they have to follow a script. They have to. That's their job. You have to escalate it.
Give me the escalation. Don't even go.
Put me through to a manager.
Take me to escalation.
Yeah, just ask for it. They'll do it. They have to do it. They have to escalate to the manager, and that manager or the supervisor, whatever, they have the power to circumvent the script and give you what you want. So you have to ask.
That script is terrible. I'm just like, oh my God,
that script is terrible.
And when they keep asking, like Jay said, when they keep asking you for the information, you like TJ also stated, you put in the chat the information of what you need help with, and it comes back. So how can I help you today?
All the time. When I have to contact this company, I'm like, oh man, I gotta type it in and I gotta retype it in. And it's crazy. It's frustrating. But see, these are little things as a business you have to look through and says, where are the breakdowns in communication between us and the customer where we don't want to lose them, frustrate them, and we'll make the process easier because it saves money. It saves money because you keep that person as a customer.
Yes, because a lot of times the customer says, you know what, I would rather pay Boo-Boo $20 more a month and be able to talk to somebody than to go through this with y'all when I have a problem.
Right. Just like that I said about the bank. There's a brand new, but the machine does all, and it does it differently than the outside machines, and they still walk past the machines and got in the line to talk to the real teller.
Well, let me tell you what happened the other day. It's the beginning of the month, so it was payday. Okay, I go inside because I want cash. I walk inside thinking, oh, nobody's going to be in here because, people I started with the machine outside. That didn't work. Then, okay, I'll go inside. The line was wrapped around because the machine was not working.
Oh, technology was down.
They're not 100%. Mark says, and here Mark says he always prefaces it with the frustration that I'm expressing is not directed to you personally. Then he goes off, LOL. And Brenna says, I auto select 9 or 0 to get a person. I always say it's not the person on the other end of the line, but it's the company in there. Regs, please transfer me to a supervisor. See, there you go. You have to ask. You have to ask for a supervisor.
Yes, because here's the thing. If you ask ugly, Brenna, I agree with you. You might get disconnected. It has to go to the back of the queue.
But see, all of these things you need to, as a business, they should do. Where is the loophole where the customer falls through and gets angry or not satisfied? I need to close those loopholes and make the process easier and shorter. Trust me, you may have to spend more time or money in the beginning, but it works itself out in the long run because you have a happy customer that loves to call for customer service because they know they're going to get the help they need. It's real simple.
Shall I share this story about my experience with FAIR?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
I went through the FAIR process where you can rent a car for short time or a longer time. So the driving experience was great. The battery went down and I took it to the dealership to find out what's going on.
Right.
They wanted me to pay for a new battery. I'm like, no, wait, no.
That's not how it works.
No, I'm renting the car from you. This is your vehicle. And
right.
So that was number one. And so I just said, okay, you know what? I'm going to just give y'all the car back because I don't want to keep doing this. So you make arrangements. They'll come and pick the car up and take it back. And then they're going to do a check to see, if there's any damage or whatever. I know there's no damage. This was at the dealership. I understand. I know how to drive. I know me. I'm taking care of the car. So, so they said, okay, we received the vehicle back. And then there was a wear and tear report. I was like, what do you mean wear and tear? $407 they wanted to pay. There was a scratch on the bumper. I was like, hold on. No. Then two, they said it was like a rock hit the little window in
a ping.
Yeah, and it made a little crack or something. Yeah.
Or like a star or something.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't think so because it wasn't there, the last time I had the car. And then you owe $83 for insurance. I was like, hold on. I have my own insurance. Jake
that covers me.
Farm. I had my own insurance, so y'all cannot be charging me for insurance. So after went through and I had already paid partial, whatever, so it's going to be $244. I'm like, no, I'm not paying you because you proved to me that there was wear and tear. Can you send me a picture of whatever it is you see? Because I took pictures of the car
before.
Not sent me pictures. I'm on the phone with one department. And because I'm disputing this, and they said, oh, you have to talk to the billing department because they handle the disputes on that. And they said, no, we don't handle that. You have to talk to customer service because they have to authorize. And I'm doing this 7 or 8 times. And I'm like, okay, I need you when you go see, you're telling me that they're supposed to handle it. I need you to stay on the phone with me and tell them that.
We're having a conversation.
They were having an argument. No, you guys are supposed to do that. No, you all supposed to do that. I was like,
wow.
Those two departments did not know who was supposed to handle this situation. And then the one guy was like, it's just $244. I'm like, no.
Money. It's not just, it's my money.
How about you pay it for me? I have no problem with
that.
It's
my money. I don't want it it's just $240. Really? Oh,
Mark said something on here.
Yeah, Mark.
Mark said, I used to be a customer service manager handling complaints for 60 rental car locations. The windshield damage is one of the biggest scams in history in the industry. I spent the majority of my time crediting people back for erroneous damage charges. Thank you, Mark.
Wow.
Well, that's good to know, Mark. Thank you.
Wow. But see, Fran did the right thing. I was going to ask you, did you take pictures as soon as you get possession of the car? Click, 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 click. There's no damage to this car. And you got a date timestamp.
They said that there was, and I said, okay, send me the pictures. I'm still waiting on that so I can compare them with the pictures I got.
Gotcha.
And I sent the pictures to them that I have, and that department said, no, we haven't got them yet. And one other department said, yes, we have them here. I was like, you know what?
Won't be doing business with y'all again.
And
Never know. Wow.
I was like, no. Then
and see, a lot of people would just pay out of frustration.
Not me. Not when they told me just, not when when the person says, "Oh, it's just $240." No, that's $240.
I'm like, no.
That's money I could spend on something else that I want to do. I could go get a massage, or go to the spa. Or I could do this, or I could do that.
I could get another rental car. Yeah.
I was like, no.
Go do business with another company.
So they haven't worked out the little kinks in their system.
Wow. And then for you to have to talk to two different departments, and that the one is saying one and one is saying the other thing, and you caught in the middle.
I still haven't resolved this because I haven't got the email with the pictures yet.
Wow.
Well, wow. I'm stunned. I do want to get to this though before we wrap this up. TJ. Twitter has these new, what do you call them, fleets? Or
that was one of the stories that I'm gonna bring up. Twitter is testing its own version of stories. They're calling it fleets. They disappear within 24 hours.
What's it called?
Fleets.
Fleets. FLEETS. I don't know.
Fleet, like
FLEET.
Like fleeting. Okay.
So they started a test in Brazil, and they disappear after 24 hours. They're not public. You have to go to the person's profile to see the fleets.
Oh, really?
So like Snapchat. No, this is not it. First of all, Twitter is a micro blogging or micro content site. Everything is already condensed and small. They don't need a stories feature. Twitter has one. I mean, Instagram and Facebook, YouTube, because those are their content area is larger. Like Facebook, you know, there's so many characters. You put up a picture. Instagram, same thing. YouTube, you put up videos. So they need a space for smaller content. Twitter's already small, 280 characters. They were 140 with a tweet. They don't need micro, and stories is micro content. It fits into that vein. Twitter has a problem with bullies, harassment, people getting called out, the cancel culture thing. They need to fix that first before they give you something nobody asked for. So when they put this story out this week, Twitter had a hashtag saying "RIP Twitter," RIP to Twitter, because people were saying we don't want this. Nobody asked for this. What we do want is better tools, or you get a control over the harassment, bullying, hate speech, all the ugly stuff that's still happening on Twitter, which you haven't addressed. Wow. So that's what the deal is. Also, it's a dumb name, Fleets.
It's a fleeting conversation.
Mark said, "Hey Twitter, before adding another unnecessary addition, give us an edit button."
That was the other argument this week, was we don't want stories, we want an edit button. Again, Twitter's giving things people don't want. They don't need stories. Not LinkedIn, they need stories. They need stories. Twitter doesn't. It's already micro content. It's already acts like 24 hours, because as soon as you tweet something right now, you won't find it in a couple of hours. It's gone because the turnover is so fast.
Right. So it's like, where's that story I saw?
Right. It's already Twitter by nature, how it acts is already ephemeral content, which doesn't stick around. Facebook has content that sticks around. Why? Because you can go to the person's profile and there it is. Same thing with Instagram. The feed doesn't turn over as fast as Twitter. So they don't need stories. Nobody wants it. I see this as being DOA. After they finish this little test in Brazil, bye. You're not going to see it.
Maybe they can take Fleets and put it where Vine used to be.
It's not happening. This
Fleets is not video, is it? It's not video.
It's a story, but it's still. But okay,
it can be video. It can be text. It's a tweet that only lasts 24 hours.
But that's what, but they could have did that with Vine, right?
It's they don't need content that turns over fast because their main content turns over fast. They don't need it. It's not necessary. I call this dead. It's not gonna.
Y'all heard it here first. DOA.
I'm owning it. I said it. I'm claiming Fleets is dead. So what happened to Instagram had something called Reels. Remember that they had
you mentioned it.
Where is it? It's still testing?
I've never seen it, so
it was supposed to be testing in Brazil. Brazil is their testing. South America is their testing ground.
Yes.
I was come out Reels. Don't we got IGTV and something else? I'm like, why do we need?
Okay, right. So now, speaking of IGTV, Instagram has something new called a video response option for IGTV. So they're trying to go after TikTok because with TikTok, you put up a TikTok video of whatever it is. Someone can respond to it with their own video and it goes side by side, like a side by side, So Instagram is saying you can respond to an IGTV video with your own IGTV video, a video response.
I'm already tired.
So then
this one I'm saying it's not going to work either because, and I'm going to tell you why. Is IGTV video goes up to 10 minutes. TikTok video is 15, 60, 20 seconds. It's micro content. So you can respond to micro content with micro content. An IGTV, that's 10 minutes. What are you responding to? It's whole 10 minutes. If somebody uses the whole 10 minutes, why would you respond with a video to that? When we already got direct message where you can just text something, and what they're trying to do is get the TikTok crowd, which is 13 to 25 or whatever, 20, 22 or whatever. They're not going to do this because nobody uses
Instagram. Okay, here's my question: who is going to monitor what that response video looks like?
It's going to come to you. It's going to come to you, the account owner, in response to your video.
I got to be watching out to see if nobody's on there doing anything obscene in response to my stuff.
There you go.
Come on.
There you go. Again, it's a mismatch. Instagram video, IGTV is supposed to be like YouTube, not TikTok.
Yeah.
TikTok is quick. It spins. It's like a the jackpot in Vegas when you spin it and the wheel spin. That's what TikTok. That's what makes it's so popular because it spins. The video goes into the next. It's like a wheel. It spins. You don't have to do anything. And that's why people respond to the videos. They're not going to do that on Instagram or on IGTV. So this again, this is not going to happen. Why? Because of overload, like Fran said. She's tired. We're all tired. Instagram has rolled out like 100 million things on Instagram. None of them work.
And I'm going to, in the words of Dr. Tachi, master of none.
Like, says, dear Jack, don't come for the tech divas until they call for you. Jack is the Twitter CEO. Jack, forgot his name.
Yeah, Jack.
So these two things, a big no. Now, stories for LinkedIn, I say yes, but stories for Twitter, no. Watch, it's not going to happen.
I got a message from. I think I was on my phone maybe, and I was trying to do something.
What did y'all do? She is on assignment.
She is out on assignment today.
She's at a conference, guys.
A Podfest. I went somewhere to send a message to somebody on my phone. I think it was in Facebook, and they said, "Oh, we moved that over. Move your messengers over to the messaging app, to the Messages app." And I was like, okay, so wait, are you all pulling that from Facebook and making that
separate
now? because when I went in there, I got a message that said, "Oh,
they moved something. It's something to do with the Discover tab in Messenger. I forgot. I read so much stuff. It's something about the Messenger, the Discover tab in Messenger, which is connected to the chat bot thing that I was talking about earlier, that they moved. But I don't think they're going to move the inbox from Facebook, because a lot of people don't use Messenger, the app. They use Messenger in Facebook, which is the inbox.
Yeah. Oh, that's the inbox. Okay.
Right. The inbox in Facebook.com is Messenger as a separate app. A lot of people don't install the app Messenger. They just use the inbox feature, and it's confusing inside of the app. So I don't think they're removing the inbox. I think it's that Discover. I think it was Discover or Discovery tab.
Whatever it was, I went in there and they said, "Oh, you can. That's over in the app." I was like, "Oh, hey."
Yeah, I think
I've gotten that message.
It's something with the Discovery tab. So, I gave you an example, I think before, of I have a client that we talk on Facebook. I use the Messenger app. She doesn't, because she doesn't want to install the Messenger app. But she goes to Facebook and sends me a message in Facebook. But I read it in the Messenger app because that's how I like to, there's a back and forth thing there.
Right. Because I like Messenger for the fact that if it's good. Right. When a person is on Android, I'm on Apple, and I need to call them, I can just use the Messenger app and hit a phone or something. And I don't have to try
to figure out how to, all of that stuff. Right.
That for that reason, it's good. The phone calls are good on it. The video calls are good on it.
Did you see Mar's comment about Tachi?
Yeah, I was like, come on, Mark. Yes, I told him that Dr. Tachi is in Orlando doing a PodFest on assignment, and he said that's code for in the slammer.
Crazy.
Mark is funny. That's all I had for this week.
That's what I have too. The two things. They're both in testing feed. The IGTV thing is a test. The stories for Twitter is a test in Brazil. Don't expect it to come to us. I don't think
it's not gonna make it here.
They started the dating app over there in Brazil too.
Yes, everything. That's their testing.
How is that going in the U.S. anyway?
Okay, I don't think it's going here.
It's not.
And see, that's the thing that you have to take into consideration too. If you test in one culture and then you try to transplant it to another culture, it may or may not work.
This is the thing. Why they use Brazil, South America, is because of the demographics are so diverse there that it's a good testing ground that's non-US. That's why they use Brazil. I read it somewhere why they did it. It's because of there's a lot of diversity with age and income and different things like that. Not ethnicity, but more of income and education, other demographics versus race.
Okay. So I'm sorry, we're not laughing at you. We're laughing at Mark.
Mark he crazy when it did that, but that's Mark. That's how Mark. We love it.
Mark is for everybody who's watching on the replay, who's like, who's this guy being so unprofessional? Mark is our resident comedian. Someone will start a GoFundMe for Tachi's bail. Maybe we can get her out on the next week's show.
Mark is our comic relief, and trust me, we need it this week.
Okay, with all this going on. Yeah, I was going to talk about phone soap, but we're not going down that road.
No, tell us about phone soap.
Phone soap. SOAP is a device that you can order online, and it shoots UV rays on your phone to clean it.
Ooh.
It's just that simple.
And
it can range anywhere from $19.99 up to $50-$70 depending. And you get what you pay for, I would think. But basically you can put your device in there for a couple of seconds and it'll take care of the germs.
Okay, so UV rays cleans the phone.
I'm thinking UV rays and a battery. But I saw this on The Verge, and the guy was talking about he has one at his house, and he uses it with his children, with him, and
yeah, because I see the use for it. I've just been using the Clorox wipes on the phone, but it just left like a film, and then I had to buff it off, and I was like, that's a pain.
Now that's where Brenna's cloths come in handy.
I was just thinking about her this week with everybody going on about cleaning, and I said, good for her.
Because those cloths that she has, where's my bag?
Yeah, you showed me cloths. I want one of those. Brenna,
okay, so
Brenna, are you still here? We need you.
These cloths that she has, this one is not the Enviro cloth, but the one that has that, it has silver and stuff in there, so it gets it out. We might have to have her come on and talk about that because
I'll go to her page and find and buy. She's not here. I want one.
Because it will clean out. It gets those fingerprints off, and it also kills the germs.
You see Mark's comment?
Here.
You see Mark's comment? You see Mark's comment? Oh, she's here.
It's funny. Maybe they can make a life-size version so that we can crawl into it and kill the coronavirus. Kind of like a sleeping bag, Mark.
A snuggly.
A snuggie.
A snuggie.
This is interesting. Brenda says yes. No, she means yes.
We need a link.
Can you give us the link?
Because we're ready to buy.
Give us the
link in the chat, please. And this is some of the products that you can get to clean this cloth right here is amazing.
To your online catalog.
Listen, Brenda need to be online doing some, hey, coronavirus people come in here. I got your stuff for you.
This is the cloth.
See, do this live stream, do this, put your link in there, and sell. You'll be selling out.
Brenna, give us the link to your
cloth
catalog so people can go buy.
Okay, this is what she said. The silver inhibits bacterial growth.
Okay.
So, Brenna, put your website on that chat, please.
Yeah, put it in there. Because Fran showed us this she showed us the last time I was going to buy one and I forgot.
And I take mine to the restaurant with me.
Get my coin before I start spending it on something else. Get my coin.
Exactly. That's what I said. Put that thing in the chat so we can order before we spend our money, girl.
Yes.
Right, because like Terralina said about the cleaning the phones. And I didn't like what I used. I was like, it left like some kind of grit on the front.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
I don't like
you don't want to be doing that. And then some people are spraying their phones because it's allegedly, waterproof. Come on, people.
Right. But don't do that.
But Brenna taught us over on one of our Thursday segments. She taught us that Clorox wipes and the Lysol wipes, when you wipe it, you still have to let it dry for a certain amount of time and let it dry
before you're supposed to wipe it off. Yeah,
it doesn't work. And then when you do it, now you got that film on there, and you still
So I had to buff it off because I have microfiber cloth. So I had to take a microfiber cloth after I clean it and it dried and get that stuff off. And I was like, this is not the business.
Exactly.
Not.
I'm not ready to buy UV light. What was that? A UV light or something?
It's called a phone soap.
Phone soap.
Put it in the chat.
You put it in the chat. I'll go look at it, but I'm not buying it.
That's I'd
rather have a cloth.
Well, the cloth you can take everywhere.
Okay. Brenna, Brenna Garcia.norwich.biz. She put her website in the chat.
Brenna.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, because this is the time for it. And she talked about how she sends it with her kids on a little clip. I have a small one that's travel size, and you dampen it and you wipe down your desk.
And this is seriously a good time for her to get on if she got to do some lives consistently, because I've been online some forums and people are actively looking for information, even though there's information on the news, but people are still looking for, well, how do I do this and how do I do that and how do I clean? This is the perfect time to jump in and say, don't buy those, clean. I got your green clean here that's going to take care of what you needed to take care of, and then demo it. This is a good time. And then
and talk about how she Talk about how she sends it to school with her kids and she puts it onto their backpack. And
peace of mind.
Right, and this gives you peace of mind.
Right.
And she has a science background, so it's not her just making up some stuff
right.
trying to sell a product. And I understood that. I was like, oh, hold on.
And look, it's so many audiences. You got people who were traveling for business who want to wipe down the airplane. You got people going to Disneyland. You know, they done bought them tickets years in advance, plan the thing. They're going anyway. And they want to wipe down everything. You know what I mean?
All the stuff she's saying in the chat about the microfiber and the ones button, those are the things you need to get on and say as a live to build authority, to be authority figure in this topic. The time is right because people want the information. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, and they want something that makes sense and is cost effective.
She said go to her TikTok. She needs some critiques. I'm going
there
right
you
now.
Go. Oh, okay. Let's see.
Yeah, because that's the 15-second situation. This right here, and it says this microfiber has the ability to remove up to 99% of bacteria from a surface when following the proper care and use instructions.
Okay, so what am I looking for? Am I looking for Brenna on TikTok? What do you listed under?
What's your handle on TikTok, Brenna? Happily Green and Clean, I think it is.
Happily Green, Clean and Green?
I don't know. I'm getting ready to go. So
okay, yeah, we got to wrap it up. So
no. I mean, I'm getting ready to go look at it on TikTok to find out what it is.
I'm about to say I got a minute if I want to see what she's doing on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what is your handle over here.
Green and Clean.
What is your TikTok, Brenna?
Name.
Happily or happy? Happily. Okay.
Brenna, I'm looking under Brenda Garcia first.
No, that's not. It's not that. That's not it. That's somebody else.
Okay.
I already looked that up.
Okay, so let's do Happily Green and Clean.
That's her. She got 2,000 hits on one of them.
Happily Green, and is it all one word together or spaces?
Yes.
Or hand sanitizer, but that's okay. We have this one little cloth that'll do the work of all that stuff that's just going to add stuff to the landfill. And all I had to do was add water.
Thank you. Can you show us, friend?
There's no more cleaning wipes or hand sanitizer.
Oh, yeah, I see her, yeah.
One little cloth that'll do the work of all that stuff that's just going to add stuff to the landfill. And all I had to do was add water.
You see, hers is good and it's short and to the point.
Yep.
Or hand sanitizer, but that's okay. We have this one little cloth.
Did you listen to her Happily Green, the first one? She got 2,241 views on it.
See there?
All right, hold on, guys. I'm gonna bring her up on the screen.
Okay.
Thank you. Because she is talking like she just needed that little cloth.
There's no more cleaning wipes or hand sanitizer, but that's okay. We have this one little cloth that'll do the work of all that stuff that's just going to add stuff to the landfill. And all I had to do was add water.
There you go.
There's no more cleaning wipes.
That's it.
Or hand sanitizer.
I don't know why does it say user 3855? You need to fix that, Brenna.
Put your name up there, Brenna. Put Brenna Garcia.
No, I'm saying when her account, it says user, you see the numbers, that needs to be changed to like Happily Green and Clean.
Or her name or something.
And a profile.
Okay.
Because the Happily Green and Clean is there, but the user.
Yeah, it says user 3 and some numbers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, that's good, Brenna.
That was great.
That's what you do. That's what you
and you're getting hits.
Say what you have to say. It doesn't have to be a production, and it has to be lights and camera and the right mic. You're in the store showing the show. This is it.
It's good to see you, Mark. See you next weekend.
The landfill.
Okay, bye, Mark. Thank you. Thanks for the laughs. Brenna, you're doing good. Just keep doing it. Change your username from user whatever that is to Happily Green and Clean.
Yep. Hey, Mark, thank you.
And
Brenda, you're just gonna have to go into your profile and change the
profile. Yeah,
on there.
You have to go into profile and your profile, and you have to change it.
It'll do the work of all that stuff that's going to add stuff.
I'm trying to see on mine where you go.
So you go to profile, edit profile, and username.
Yes. Profile, edit profile, username. Okay. Woo! I'm sweating over here. Brenner, you did that. Go out to where the panic is, where the emptiness is. Hey, there's no more Clorox, there's no more Lysol, but I got the thing for you. And take the picture.
That needs to be on Instagram. That little piece, you should be able to submit it to Instagram as well.
Yeah, there's a share button on your TikTok. It's shared to Instagram or Instagram stories.
That was perfect. That was
yeah. Keep doing it. More.
And then be able to put a link down in your bio or something so people can figure out how to go and buy.
When you go to your profile, add your Instagram or your YouTube. You can
I think it allows you to put a text box on there too. I think so. But anyway.
Oh, this was good.
Yeah. In your edit profile, make sure you have your Instagram or your YouTube linked. If you have a YouTube channel, link to it. Your Instagram, link to your Instagram account. And
yes, put Brenna Garcia in the user. Because the happily green and clean was good because we found you there.
Right. But she can do both. Both of those can be happily green and clean, or it's up to her.
But if I'm looking for her, I want Brenna Garcia so I can.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
I know I got the right person.
Do one as your name and the other as happily green and clean.
Yeah.
Make sure one says your name and one says, I'm not sure which one. Because you already got the happily green and clean. So the other one should be your name.
Right.
The user 368, that long number, put Brenna. And keep doing what you're doing. That's what you do. You're stating facts. You're out saying, look at this empty shelf, but look at what I got, and all I use is water. Then you're gonna do another one where you're saying, what did you say in here? The ones bought in the store are 1/6 or less of a human hair. Ours is 1 over 200. Say that in the video. Everything that you wrote here. Our microfiber is engineered single strand. Put that in the video. If
we need a picture, Brenna.
Share it over to Instagram.
Her picture's on there, Terry.
Where?
Well, my account doesn't show that. Maybe I'm in the wrong account.
There, she needs to change that user, whatever.
Her username needs to change. Terry,
that long string of numbers needs to be changed on the profile. The picture's there. Because see, when we searched for Brenna Garcia, somebody else came up.
Right. So,
so put your name there instead of user 38, whatever those numbers.
So, okay.
She says,
make sure I'm following her. Let me look at these numbers.
She says, reach out.
Because I have something with numbers, but it doesn't have a picture. Now, okay, I'm following this one. This one is the one with a picture on it. I don't know who this is that had all these numbers.
Yeah, so there's somebody else perpetrating, but we want her.
Do that, and Brenna, just keep doing what you did in the video where you were in the store. Do more.
Do more, because that was really good. I was
it's not about perfection. It's about you getting the message out, and you know what the message is.
Oh yeah, these are several people using green and clean.
Yeah, no, he's happily green and clean.
Happily green and clean. That doesn't. As long as one says one and one says their name, she's good.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, darling, you're doing great.
You're doing good. Just keep doing more.
Let's do it for TikTok.
Woo!
I told you guys, it doesn't have to be about dancing.
No, that's what because all the kids are hearing it, and the moms are like, "Oh, I need to get a hold of her."
The kids are doing it now. If you want to do something fun with dancing,
guys, we're gonna run.
Okay,
we're gonna wrap this up.
We're done.
Anybody got
We're
anything?
done.
before we
Thank
go?
you, everybody watching live on the replay. And if you got questions, please reach out to Brenna because for the
Don't
cloth.
forget the playground, friend.
Yeah, that's on Saturday if you want to hang out with the
Is
playground.
it on Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday. But this is important. If you have a concern about the situation with the virus and all of that, please reach out to Brenna so that you can at least get something to help mitigate that. Is that a good word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect word.
Right.
Yes.
So,
thank you.
Just saying, do something about it. Don't just sit there.
Yeah, don't get
freak
worried
out either, but don't just sit there.
Right. Get the information, get what you need to know, and plan, and you'll be good.
Right. This crosses a whole bunch of stuff. Like in the gym, you take the rag with you, wipe down your own stuff.
There you go.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Cecilia Valero. Good morning.
Good morning. Watch your replay. We're wrapping it up.
All right.
Cecilia.
All right, everybody. Terry, anything else you want to say?
I just want to say, don't forget to go to the front of your own line. We'll be at the Tech Playground this Sunday at 12 here in Sacramento. Bring your devices and we'll help you slice it. All right, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.